So then this is my first time doing an engineering project like this, so I want to start with something kind of easy but also difficult. So I decided to make this camera here that uses a like a small computer that I install my own operating system with on this SD card that you can insert into the computer. And then after you install the operating system, you can install various programs like the camera and other features to make it work. So right now, the camera is turning on. It takes about a minute to turn on, so give it a couple of seconds. So what was difficult about doing this project? At first, like I had no idea what a Raspberry Pi was. That's like the first time I touched it. So then I had to research like how to use it, how to like upload the operating system on. But after that point, I had to get the screen working. That was where I ran into some difficulties. I spent a week trying to troubleshoot and like asking forums and the teachers here, trying to get it to work. And it had like trouble like turning on. And then I posted online and I asked like various people, like strangers I didn't even know. That was the first time I ever posted online to ask for help. And they suggest some ideas, but then that didn't work either. So what ended up happening was that Brendan was able to get me a spare screen, and I tried that on my Raspberry Pi, and it ended up booting properly. So as you can see right here, well, it turned on. I guess it froze. So, wait, hold on, let me turn on. Okay. What I liked about doing BlueStamp was that you get to work with a lot of tools that you don't have access to in the classrooms. Like I felt that by doing this program for 6 weeks, I learned way more than the whole year I spent in high school. And because you have access to like soldering irons and all these other equipments, and if you don't have the items available, Fred will gladly order you new items. Like he has so much money. Yeah, like if you break something, he'll order a new part, and it'll be here within a week. So then you can start working with that. And future stuff I plan to do with this project is, if you look right here, I have a sensor. So you know those cameras where like if you walk by really quick, it might like take a picture of you. It does that by sensing like your heat from your body, and then it'll snap the picture. So I'm currently trying to put that into the camera. And there's also this other lens here that is infrared, so it works better at night. And this is not turning on properly. Let me try again. Here are some pictures I took. I guess I can show you. Here's a picture of my teacher Brendan here eating the bag of chips. What's so special about the thing I made, the image that I installed onto here, allowed me to connect it with Dropbox, which is an online cloud storage system. So I'm able to take the picture and directly upload it to Dropbox within a minute. But it really depends on how fast your internet connection is. If it's really fast, you can do it in like a few seconds. But lately it's been having a little trouble uploading. But I took a lot of pictures, so here's a picture of Brendan, and I took all these other pictures too. All these just to test it. And let's give it a few seconds for this to turn on.
What are some of the other features of the camera?
So when the camera turns on, I'll show you this other feature. It allows you to add filters to your pictures. So then there's 17 different filters that you can add that came pre-installed with the program. And this thing is refusing to turn on. It was working earlier. Can I show them later, like after I'm there?
Yeah, we'll come back to it.
Okay.
This inevitably happens with any project at some point. You spend hours working on it, and the moment you need it to work, it doesn't.
Yeah, it stops working. Yeah. Inside the camera, there's a little small battery that's used to power it. But then I forgot to charge it yesterday overnight, so I kind of used all the battery, so that's why I'm using my computer to power it right now. But usually I just unplug this and use this as a power source only. So then you can bring it on the go, like you want to go on a nature walk, you can take a picture of the water. And are there any questions?
Yeah, I always have questions. What are some changes that you would make to the device as it is right now? If you could do it differently, what would you do?
There's stuff that I still want to add, like, so the camera, the lens that's on here right now, doesn't have good stabilization, so I would like a way to stabilize the camera as I take pictures. And I'm also interested in trying to make it work wirelessly, like be able to stand from a distance and like press a button and it would take a picture by using like Bluetooth. or something, because there are extra pins inside here that I can use to connect the Bluetooth. So that's maybe some future modification I can add. Other than that, that's mostly it. This case was 3D printed, and like I got the file online, I was able to print it, and Fred was advising within a week. So very nice. Hey, bro.
How is it like programmed, or is there like, I think it's called like a Pi. What is it? There's like something inside. Raspberry Pi.
Raspberry Pi?
Yeah, can you describe that?
So it's just a little small computer, and like you have to install the operating system, like Windows, Linux, and Macs, onto this little SD card here, and then you plug it into the Raspberry Pi. And I mean, okay, this is not working. I can just open it up and show you guys. I'll just open it. Okay, so I'll plug everything. Okay, so this here is the Raspberry Pi, and it's a little mini computer. And then here is the SD card used to install the operating system. And to attach the lens or the LCD, it's really easy. You just stick it onto the pins here, which give it input and then outputs out into here. This here is the 5-volt converter. So this allows the battery to function. This battery has 3.7 volts, but this will convert it to 5 volts for it enough to power this. And then I also added my own switch to the battery so it won't waste by sending like extra power into here when you're not in use. So you can flip this on and off to control its power. And then you can attach the camera through this little section here. You can pull out and swap it with this. And I'm planning to post demos of the differences between these two lenses in the future, because this works better at night than this in the morning. This, it's basically the brain. It's the brain.